Okay, you're gonna be arrested. Miss Jamaica, you're not allowed to hate on gays in America. Miss Jamaican, so I noticed the bathroom was mad packed. As soon as I was getting here, there was a person sitting in Jamaica. Can you tell her to stop disturbing me? There was a guy singing, no more struggle, no more sorrow, no more pain. You know, so they formed a mob. As soon as I was going to the bathroom, some women went ahead of me, and there was a lady carrying a child, and she was dancing. As I was going to the bathroom. And they all went in there, they were all there, blocking the way. Okay, you're gonna be arrested. Miss Jamaica attacking a Nigerian. Okay, very good. So the governor said they should be arresting Nigerians, locking us up in the psych ward. The Nigerian was arrested here. He's a man put in the psych ward. She hired a Nigerian nurse. His name is Joshua, and he told me one day, said, be careful, there are people trying to hurt you, get out of New York. He told me, get out of the subway, they're going to hurt you. So they're planting people, the governor Oko, are planting black Americans. They attack me all day. So FIFA is not safe here, my mother's been killed, and they'll call the police has been surrounding me all day. This governor Oko and former mayor Eric Adams. So I'm so sorry, sir. I'm so sorry. You don't want to talk to me either, you Jamaicans and black Americans, So they create a crisis around me. So I believe these are people that are loyal to Eric Adams, and they are mad that an African-born Indian Mandani became mayor, and they want to mess everything up and say they're threatening genocide. The Brooklyn borough president is a Caribbean also, said in God's love we deliver. And they said they're going to kill me and claim God ordered them to kill me and create children for me and inherit my estate. So it's like a genocidal mob. FIFA is not safe here. And people have been putting signs, like there's a group, they say they help immigrants rise and resist. I've been contacted and my mother's been killed. Her daughters are part of a narcotic gang and killed my mother because my mother's address was trying to win money. I just was trying to steal the money my mother was suing for because the police took me and my mother's home. Steiner, Ghana was helping us, the kid of Ghana. And some black Americans have been telling me, we're not going to let you Africans win nothing, we're going to steal it from you. And this group doesn't help me rise and resist. And yesterday they put a sign, say, get out of New York City, Christianium, and people have been telling me to get out of town, get out of town. It's like number to me. I'm like, why is this group rise and resist helping everybody? Like a woman was trying to drive a car, and it's good to hit ICE agents and the ICE shoot at them. And this group rise and resist is already speaking up for the women. So they blocked me from using the bathroom, and Mandani, you're hiding. You claim you're against war crimes, but you don't help me in New York City. You also came near the 2 Broadway, where they also attacked me, so I'm begging for the street. I begged you for money, you walked away from me. This Eric Adams, you also came near me, you walked away from me. So you, madam, you're not helping me. If I die, my life is in your hand. They are forming a mob of black Americans and Caribbean. And they used to echo me when Ghana was alive. I used to go to the Brooklyn Public Library to type court papers. And the black American police there and some of the other police will bother me. If I try to use the bathroom, they will bother me in the men's bathroom. I couldn't use the men's bathroom. I'm a woman. Now they don't want to use the women's bathroom. So I used to report the police at the Brooklyn Public Library. And they used to bother me that I had too much stuff. I shouldn't come to the library anymore. And they once I killed my friend every Ghana on a day that signifies my birthday. I used to go to a black American church. And the pastor said the number 8 is a good day. God always uses for revolution and to change the world. So they went and killed every on the 17th. That pastor, Bishop Gordon, in Manhattan Church, Bishop Jordan Ministries, used to say God always has the number together. God doesn't believe in double digits. So number 17, 1 plus 7 plus 8. So there another Tremaine Thompson is an MTA worker, and he may be aware of the plot to attack me. They want to kill me and claim I'm part of a surrogacy, religious surrogacy, but they don't want me to use the bathroom in the train station because they're afraid. They're targeting me because my father is dead, my mother is dead, and my mother's daughters, Bolani Flora here in America, and the one in Nigeria, killers, they're part of a mob. So, they said killers love to kill a victim where nobody will be able to speak up for the victim. And I noticed you blocked the bathroom, the bigger stall. She went in there, left her door open, and I just didn't want to take the picture. I don't know if it's the same Jamaican lady. So they're trashing everywhere. This is a mob They're intimidating Nigerians. I believe they're working for the police, a black American police force that believe we Africans shouldn't get nothing, and they send people to tell me that you Africans are going to kill you. We have the power, and we're going to kill you. So they harass me everywhere I go, and they don't be helping me, So they call their police officer, they're setting up a rules whereby the police can hurt me, anywhere I'm at, they create commotion, So this is what they do. Excuse me, police officers.
What's up?
I have a mob of people attacking me. They tell me not to use the women's bathroom. I was born a boy, I'm not a girl.
Okay.
So this Jamaican lady said, don't you ever use the women's bathroom again. I can see you're a man. And she was looking at me, and her friend was trashing up the whole place. So I don't know what is going on. So I came out of the bathroom, and she followed me. I said, I can still see you're a man.
Okay, so how can I help you now?
I want to make a police report.
For what?
Hate crime, and they were trashing the whole place.
A hate crime for what? Because they told you can't use the bathroom?
Yeah,
That's not a hate crime.
That's like I said, because I'm a man. You say,
That's not a hate crime. I don't think there was no crime period for that.
She came out, she was like this.
There can't be a hate crime.
She was like to my face.
That's not a hate crime.
It's not like, okay, let me have a principle. Very good.
Yeah, sure, okay, good.
So you're not helping Africans? Good. And you're...
Thumbs up. You got it.
Okay, you have a thumbs up also?
Okay, so...
people tell me I'm going to heaven soon.
Thumbs
Okay.
up. You get him recording too.
Yeah, okay.
Just so you know, the camera's recording you as well, alright?
Okay.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
Oh, very good.
That's not a crime. You good?
Oh.
Alright, have a great day.
Well,
Thank you.
I'm taking you to criminal court.
Okay.
Have fun. Your mom. That's it. So Mandani, my life is in your hand. Don't love people here, but they're killing Africans. They killed my mother. You can see they're trashing the whole place, and the police are going to arrest them. It's a black American police-inspired hate group, and they're influencing their sympathizers because of this rhetoric by Trump that we immigrants are the problem. And this Trump is trying to provoke more of these attacks. He kidnapped Maduro to come here to America to make it look like Americans can do whatever they want to foreigners. He's a foreign leader. And as soon as Maduro got here, he was doing the peace sign. Because when I contacted the New York officials to help me, like Jumani Williams is the public advocate supposed to help me investigate public corruption. I always send him videos with a disclaimer that I'm not looking for any surrogacy arrangement. I'm not looking to bribe you with surrogacy or with marriage, because I'm trying to sue the immigration. I'm trying to sue the NYPD. They took my home, killed my father. I said nobody wants to help me. Some people say I have to marry them for the help us and get my future money. So I always contact this Jumani Williams, the NYC public advocate. And I'll issue the disclaimer, please, I'm not looking to bribe you, just help me as part of official duty. And he will post a video with the peace sign. Now Maduro arrived in New York, and the first thing Maduro did was post a peace sign to the police officers as they were taking him to the courthouse to arraign him. And also Maduro was telling them Happy New Year, even though he doesn't speak English. So, and the police officers have been telling me Happy New Year, ha ha ha, at the Brooklyn Library, the NYPD officers. So they say they're going to welcome us immigrants within the new year with horrific abuse under this Trump. So God brought this Trump back so that they can abuse immigrants and storm the authority over the world, that we foreigners ain't nothing. So this Trump is inciting these people to this, because I criticize Trump a lot, and they say he likes to incite violence like January 6, 2021, when Biden was about to be certified by the Congress. They said this Trump posted a message asking supporters to come and fight like hell. And the supporters stormed the Congress. Nancy Pelosi had to hide under the table, and it was saying they want the head of Nancy Pelosi, because Nancy Pelosi, she's a U.S. Congresswoman for California. They are criticizing Trump. So I've been criticizing Trump that he duped me in 2011. I used to go to his hotel, Trump charged my whole hotel at Atlantic City, and I won a lot of money, and they wouldn't pay me the money I won, and they threw me out of the hotel. And they called the police on me like this for no reason. And that was in 2011. So I came here to New York. I met with Arizona Garcia, was going to be helping me with my court cases, because I said I'm trying to sue a lot of people. I said the lawyers in America don't want to help me. He said he's going to help me. And they went and killed Arizona on a day that signifies my birthday. They killed him July 17, and my birthday is July 8. But a black American prophet, I normally watch his videos online. I'm under FBI surveillance, by the way, because my mother brought me from Nigeria. The immigration arrested me, said our green card doesn't cover me. But even though I'm a minor child, they shouldn't have arrested me. If immigration cases are civil cases, and there was a visa they have just given me and cured the problem, it's called a humanitarian visa, they didn't give it to me. I was a minor child, my mother ended up having a heart problem. My case lasted 8 years in court, and then I just killed her as she was treating that heart problem. My mother said they were poisoning her food also, because they were hoping to kill her and win any money that will accrue to my mother and me to the lawsuit. You know, so, I lost my train of thought. Just so much going on. So they're attacking me with their mouth and saying, they are going to block me from getting justice. They sent people to black Americans to tell me this. I was eating on Fulton and Franklin, and there was this black American guy that always follows me everywhere. So I thought maybe he liked me because he would always follow me, be walking with me as I'm walking, be walking with me. I said, okay, now I thought, why is he acting so goofy? I thought that was his expression of liking me. So, I didn't really, I didn't really think much of it. And one day I was eating in the restaurant between 2017 and 2019 on Fulton and Franklin, Chinese restaurant. This guy would follow me to that restaurant when I'm in another part of Brooklyn near Eric Adams of borough office. He was the borough president then at by Fulton and J Street area, Cross Street area. This guy will be there, follow me around. Then I might go down to another neighborhood. That's like Brooklyn Heights. He'll be there following me. This black American guy. When I'm walking, he'll be walking with me, And I thought he was just being goofy. Sometimes I would laugh and I'm like, why is this guy so obsessed about me? Then one day I was eating in a restaurant in another neighborhood called what's that area called? I think that's where Notorious B.I.G. grew up. Fulton and Franklin. Bed-Stuy. I think that's the area called Bed-Stuy. So I was sitting in a Chinese restaurant near the train station, the same where the elevator to the train station is to take downstairs. That Chinese restaurant is just one store away from the train station. As soon as you come out of the train station, it's to your left. So I was there, the Chinese woman that knows me. I've been eating there forever. So I was eating there, and then this black American guy always follows me around. I thought he maybe like me. And he came with a bunch of black American women. I said, okay, this is different. Now he brought the women around. I'm like, I'm gay. What is going on? And I say, these Africans, and it was pointing at me. It was like, these Africans, we're going to kill them. And the world was like, that's right. So the ancestor can steal us and bring us here, and they want to be able to get something in America, so they're not going to get nothing. And I was in shock. I quickly left with my food. I almost took my food. Then soon after that, anytime I'm in Brooklyn, the police will bother me. If I go to the bathroom, I used to use the Cross Street train station bathroom in Brooklyn, and Eric Adams was the borough president. I'm not really familiar with Brooklyn because I've been living on Staten Island. So I don't know who is who in Brooklyn, but I see a lot of blacks in Brooklyn, so I thought I was safe as a black person in Brooklyn. No, as a Nigerian, I was going to be targeted. So every time I use the bathroom, a lot of black people come and use the bathroom. At the Quad Street train station like this train station have bathrooms, and the number 2 or 3 train. So I go there to use the bathroom, and then the police surround me, say, you get out, you're not a real woman. I'm like, excuse me, the law's been changed. I said, no. Gays can use the women's bathroom, I'm not a woman. And I know they will throw me out of the train station and will try to beat me up and kill me. So I'll go and stand in front of Eric Adams' office. He was the borough president then, close to 2019. And I'll say, please stop discriminating against me, NYPD. I said in Ohio, a Nigerian just became a mayor there. I said in Iowa, they're allowing undocumented immigrants to have driver's license. I said, NYPD need to tolerate us immigrants. And then some of the staff in Eric Adams' office, as the borough president, would tell me, get out of here, we don't want to hear you either. And soon after that, on July 20, 2019, I started going to another area of Brooklyn. And one day, in that July, around that July 2019, I was in Bay Ridge. I always charge my phone in the train station. They had they installed phone chargers. They spent like $100 million. And then at that time, I had a hotel room. I was spending $200 in Atlantic City every week in my hotel room. So they didn't figure out I was going to be using the phone charger in New York. But I always come to New York 2 or 3 days to beg for money. Then I go back to Atlantic City. But after I finish begging for money on that Bay Ridge and 4th Avenue, I'll go downstairs to the train station. It's a little warm on the platform. And I'll be charging my phone. They had electronic outlets you can charge your phone. The M chair I just installed it. And the M chair was like, so their workers will be, will be mocking me as I'm charging my phone. I don't have somewhere else to go. I'm like, so they had electric outlet like this. And they said they created that for the white people. So sometimes, as they're waiting for the train, their phone may die so that they can contact their family and to let them know they're on their way. So they had electronic outlets like this. And when I usually use it, they finally disabled all the outlets. They bought it for like $100 million. So I used to charge my phone in that very avenue around July 2019. And I've been watching Nigerian Christian programming. There's a Nigerian church called Synagogue, and the guy used to pray. Say, God will bless you watching YouTube. God will make you victorious. Any battle you're going through, God will fight for you. And I'll be praying in the spirit, blah, 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 blah. And I'll be praying, And then this police, around before that time, they told them to disconnect my internet. Because I was suing them or whatever, and I was praying I'll be victorious, and they disconnected my internet. Anytime I try to connect to the internet, they would it would show me internet unavailable, and other people will be on the Wi-Fi, MTA Wi-Fi. Then the guy told me the MTA must have disconnected me. So they were disconnecting a lot of Africans from using the Wi-Fi. So go buy a new phone and be able to get back. So they could subpoena the MTA internet records to show I had a cell phone then when my mother was alive. Before Ghana was killed, and they disconnected that cell phone, put me on the block list. Because I used to watch a Nigerian church, synagogue church, and I heard the US military bombed that church, killed many Nigerians and many Africans. In 2014, after the NYPD killed Ghana, that was going to be happening. So back to 2019, anytime I'm in Brooklyn, post figures in the bathroom like this, they'll bring the police to drive me out of the bathroom. Now that bathroom in that station, they've closed it. It's only for their workers now. So they're erasing evidence, important evidence I'm just erasing it. So to confuse people, so that in the future, if I'm killed, and people play my video and they're saying, that bathroom, that person claimed that bathroom, they used to use it and the police attacked them, the MTA would deny that. No, that bathroom was never used by customers. That bathroom was always used by our workers. So now, the police told them to mess with evidence that they want to kill me. And they say, so to confuse people. So when you go there now on Court Street, that bathroom is now used by the employee. They had the employee bathroom separate. They had bathroom for male customers and women customers. Now all the 3 different bathrooms, it's now for the employee use only. I think they even removed some of the bathrooms and turned it into an office for the employees. So they're canceling evidence, and that's why they want to kill me or deport me, so that I'm the only one that'll be able to point out, you change this, you change that, so they're really ready. They're really ready to take me on and kill me and laugh about it. And even some Black American police will come around me as I'm being mobbed and say, you people are weak. You're weak. A Black American woman was saying that. So in 2019, they saw me on Berry Avenue. I used to go there, charge my phone in the train station, our train station. It was like a white neighborhood. There's a lot of Muslim Arabs are there and white people. There's usually no blacks there. Then I noticed one day as I was trying to charge my phone, some Black American kids came and was switching at me and was trying to punch me, and they were chasing me and trying to push me into the oncoming train. So I was dodging them. I didn't fight them. They were hitting me. Boom, bam, boom. I was just dodging them. So I ran. I was shouting police. Somebody called the police. And everybody was just running away. Nobody stopped to help me. Then I climbed up the staircase as the kids were beating me up and spitting on me. Then I saw by the turnstile, see this security guard disappeared. He also used to join in to attack me as an African. But he has an American accent also, but I think it's an African. One day he spoke with an African accent, but usually has an American accent. He disappeared also. So they're all in cahoots. No one that will help me. And they left this place crash. And if I'm not careful, they can frame me up. I'm the crazy one, and there'll be no witness to bail me out. So they're all in cahoots. It's from like another part of Africa. So in 2019, as I was charging my phone, and I was still suing the NYPD, and stuff, and I was suing for the Bellevue Hospital that killed my mother because her daughters went there from Pittsburgh as soon as they were able to track my mother. My mother didn't tell them because my mother's address was poisoning her food in 2015. So she fled from Pittsburgh and came to New York to come to the hospital. And she didn't tell the daughters what hospital she was in 2015. She just told them she's in one of the hospitals in New York. She shouldn't worry, she's going to be okay. And she said 2 days later, the daughters showed up. So apparently the daughters put a tracker in my mother's bag. But before then, I used to talk to that Flora by email. And one day, her husband, Ayinde Cheney, sent me a naked pic. But it was cut halfway. So I was wondering, what is going on? I'm gay. Why is he sending me a naked halfway pic? But they didn't really know where I was gay, but they could tell. They said, as a child I used to like to dance like a girl. I used to like to walk like a girl and stuff like that. So they could tell, that I was always doing girly stuff as a child. So I guess they could tell from there, and I never had any girlfriend and stuff. So then in 2011, I used to send an email to this Flora because my mother won like a lot of money in Brooklyn because her apartment was poisoned in 1970. She won a lot of money, and my mother went to Nigeria, and this Flora and her sister Bola forged my mother's signature and took $100,000 out of my mother's account. So my mother came out to America, she had nothing left. So, and this daughter Flora had the money in her bank account. So I used to email her that please help me and my mother. We're in a shelter, and my mother wants to buy a house. She works full time, but they said she doesn't have good credit. Can you please co-sign for her? And this Flora will co-sign for everybody else. Even she had a friend that was accused of murder in Pennsylvania, and this Flora went and built the friend up. Even though the friend, the parents own a church in Pennsylvania, me and my mother was stuck on the street homeless, and this Flora wouldn't help us, and stole $100,000 from my mother. So I used to write an email to her that please, me and my mother in the shelter, and they don't like us in the shelter either. They always bother us in the bathroom. They placed us in a single shelter, even though they're supposed to place me and my mother in a family shelter. But the police took me and my mother's home, and they're supposed to place us in a family shelter that has its own private kitchen and its own private bath. But they placed us in a single shelter in Brooklyn called Brooklyn Hotel. It's not a hotel, it's just a rooming house. And we all had to be sharing the bathroom on the floor, one bathroom on the floor with everybody, or two bathrooms. Like 20 rooms sharing two bathrooms, and each time my mother would go there to come and bang the door and try to beat us up, So I was telling this Flora that please, my mother's working also full time, that if you can just co-sign her with her to buy a house, and me and my mother will be paid. This Flora said she's going to think about it, and she just keeps contacting her. No, she was grooming me so that she can hack my email. So one day her husband sent me a naked picture of himself, but it was cut halfway. So I was like, what is going on? Why is our husband doing this? So I clicked on the picture and in my Yahoo email, and all my emails vanished. It led to a blank screen. So I contacted Yahoo and I told them a certain Ayinde Cheney, who's my sister's Flora's husband, is a U.S. military, will be stationed abroad. I said he sent me, hacked into my email by sending me a poisonous link, a virus link, to his picture, and he erased all my video, all my emails. I said, please, can you have the FBI arrest him? And Yahoo in 2011 said, we don't do all that arrest stuff. I said, the law enforcement in America don't help me. And the Yahoo didn't help me. 4 years later, they put a tracker in my mother's bag, and they invited my mother to come stay with them in Pennsylvania because the shelter here in New York that my mother moved to, they didn't like her, they said she has high blood pressure and she has to leave the shelter, which is discrimination. So my mother told her daughters to borrow her $500 so she can rent a room and she can go look for a home health job. Because my mother was about to retire, at that time she was already in her 60s, but she said she wants to go back to work. And the daughter said she has to come to Pennsylvania to get the money. So my mother went to Pennsylvania. As soon as my mother got to Pennsylvania, my mother said that Flora would drive in the backseat of the car and go and hit somebody's house. And the owner of the house will call 911. My mother said that Flora did it purposely. Then that Ayinde would try to punch my mother, hit my mother with a dirty plunger. Say we blocked the bathroom from flushing. We filled it up with excrement. It was a veteran from the Iraqi war. I say he always acts crazy like that. I guess thinks he's gonna get away with it. And claim I guess post-traumatic stress syndrome from the Iraqi war. So he was abusing my mother, tried to punch my mother. And my mother had a Nigerian accent, is a black American, and so when the police came, they threw my mother out, that she must be the problem person. So my mother went from Flora's house to another daughter's house in Polanyi. When she got to Polanyi's house also, that Polanyi told her she doesn't want her, but was trying to kill her so that they can get any lawsuit money me and my mother was going to get, through inheritance. So my mother said that Polanyi would leave stuff on the floor for my mother to trip on. And one day she left snow on the floor for many days after it snowed. And somebody came to visit that Polanyi. Okay, that Flora came to visit that Polanyi, and that Flora fell. And the ambulance came and took that Flora to the hospital. So my mother was like, are these kids trying to do insurance fraud? Like, what's all this accidents happening? That Flora would put my mother in the back side of the car and go and hit somebody's house, the house owner, call 911. And my mother was like, what's all this accident that's happening? Are these people trying to do insurance fraud? So my mother said she started shoveling the snow in Polanyi's house. And then she noticed that Polanyi was poisoning her food with like counterfeit poison. So my mother fled that Polanyi's house. and came to the hospital in 2015. And when she got here, she told her daughters that, she's now in the New York hospital, she's going to be fine. 2 days later, that they shouldn't come and bother her. She wouldn't tell them what hospital she was in. 2 days later, the daughters still showed up. And like my mother suspected that they were going to bother her, they told the doctor to lock my mother up in the mental ward, that she's homeless, and she's homeless because she's crazy, and she can't, they need to help her, but put her in the mental ward. And they framed my mother. My mother wasn't homeless because she's crazy. She's homeless because the police took her home, and she went to court and everything, but no lawyer would help her. She filed court cases in Brooklyn Federal Court as soon as they took her home in 2010. So this is what is going on. So my mother said I just was moving with the narcotic gang. They were just trying to kill her. So part of the strategy of why they don't want me to use the bathroom is they hope to kill me one day. They're just looking for the perfect way to get me angry and kill me. But they know I don't have nobody that will testify for me as to my character. They don't want me to use the bathroom in the train station, because if I keep using the bathroom in the train station, they are afraid when they kill me, I wouldn't have any witness. They try to hit me with cars. I wouldn't have any witness to testify for me as to my character. But they're afraid if I keep using the bathroom in the train station, when they kill me, somebody can claim that, that person was in the bathroom, that I was in the bathroom with them that day, and they may claim I was acting crazy or something, and they want to sue my state also. And that person can then dig in, to whoever claims they want to inherit money from my state. The person cannot dig in and be like, this person is to post video that they don't have any surrogacy, they don't have any marriage. How come you're not a surrogate? So this is what this is a mob. This is a killer mob. So even a black American MTA worker, his name is Carmen Thompson, is aware of that plot to scare me away from using the bathroom at the train station, so it can be easy to kill me, and there'll be nobody to testify for me, and they can just tell the court I had a secret relationship with them, and I adopted all their children and siphoned the money out like that. But I don't want me to use the bathroom in any train station, because what I normally do before I leave the train station, I will use the bathroom, because it's very hard for me to find the bathroom outside. And they're afraid they won't be able to kill me, because every day before I leave the train station, I will use different bathrooms in the train station. And so that day they can't kill me that day. Because if they kill me, somebody try to run cars over me, somebody can then claim that they don't know me, but I used the bathroom that day and I did something to them in the bathroom, and they want to sue my state. Usually they want to kill me through violence, make it look like because they need to claim I'm crazy, because to be able to get a lot of money. Because immigration arrested me 25 years ago wrongfully, so it's too late to file a lawsuit. My mother was killed over 10 years ago in Bellevue, so it's too late to file a lawsuit, and so many other things I'm trying to sue for is too late. So the only way is to kill me and claim I'm crazy. That's why. So that way the court will give them more time. But they're afraid if they call me crazy and I'm using the bathroom in the train station, all the bathrooms have cameras, somebody can then wait till they're trying to get money through the probate court, and the person can say, oh, by the way, I'm making a claim to that person's estate. Yeah, you killed that person and said that person is crazy. Yeah, I was in the bathroom with them, and guess what crazy did to me? Crazy attacked me in the bathroom. Like the Jamaican woman that came out of the bathroom, I was trying to fight me. Yeah, even she can go make a claim. But I think they hired her to stop me from using the bathroom. Because, anybody can just go make a claim that, that I was in the bathroom and I was crazy quite alright. And digging and get leverage over this group that wants to kill me and hurt my money by claiming I'm a surrogacy. So they're afraid of people that will try to use that as a leverage. That they can't really call me crazy. If people, are in the train station bathroom with me, so, and then the people will be able to sue the MTA and say, look, that person was crazy and got killed that day, but attacked us in the bathroom. So the person will be able to have greater leverage, sue the MTA, sue the government, and sue my state. So they're like, nah, we can't kill this person, and other people would lie also and claim and sue the MTA and even get leverage. And when you're suing the government, now you have leverage, you can dig in and feel like, who are these people claiming surrogacy over this person? This person recorded on videos saying they don't wish to be engaged in any surrogates, and the person would now say, oh wow, you're all a fraud, you killed this person, you knew this person was crazy, and you left this person to be roaming the street, and the person attacked us in the bathroom. Now I'm suing the government. So this is their battle now. Or they're fighting against other criminals. So they told me to stop using the train station bathroom because it's going to create liability once they kill me and call me crazy. And they try to get my mother's daughter to inherit the money. Then people come out and say, yeah, that person was crazy. Thank you for killing the person. You could have killed them earlier. That person was crazy, but guess what? Before you killed them that day, they came into the bathroom, and guess what crazy does? Crazy did everything crazy does. And now we're suing the MTA, we're suing, and that person now suing cannot be like, oh, by the way, how come you claim you're the surrogate or whatever? But that person always posts videos, as crazy as they are, say they don't want any surrogacy. So how come, you're taking advantage of them, even though they don't want any surrogacy, you force yourself. Now we're suing the government, we're suing you. You shouldn't be able to inherit any money because it's a false surrogacy. The person can now sue under whistleblower law and get more damages. So it's a battle between criminals, and I'm the pawn. And this man Danny also has been laughing. He comes around me last year. He doesn't help me. I don't know if he also wants to put a false surrogacy claim. I don't know why he came around me and he walked away from me. And the police camera was recording him on 2 Broadway. So maybe it's going to, when I'm killed, it's going to claim, yeah, he winked at me saying 3 winks means 3 children. And I did like this, So they say people lie and inherit people's estate. So this is savage. You have an Indian, that became mayor wouldn't help me. Black Americans, Black American, Eric Adam that became mayor wouldn't help me. And they say silence is complicit. How come these people don't want to investigate this? If I'm lying, this is a strong enough allegation. But this Mandani said he's worried about Netanyahu, he's worried about Trump. But I'm accusing your Mandani of being part of a conspiracy, that you may have just joined, that was started before you even became mayor, that's killed my mother, killed every gunner. Mandani, if you're innocent, I want you to address this. And if you don't address this, Trump needs to arrest you. No more silence. I know you have people that monitor your Instagram page. I've been sending you messages last year. So please, international community, please join with me, donate to my Cash App and NYC Homeless so I can get an international lawyer to file an arrest warrant for Mandani. So please address this strong allegation. I'm accusing you of being part of the conspiracy to kill me as an African and claim I'm a surrogate, and they're throwing trash on the floor. A Jamaican woman was calling me all kinds of names. She don't use the bathroom. So you're a man, go back to being a man. And when I use the men's bathroom, they attack me there also. And I guess they're just trying to lure me to the men's bathroom. They can kill me there and whatnot and make fake claims that I was attracted to everybody in the bathroom. So Mandani, this is a serious allegation. I'm being attacked under the gender violence law. You can't keep quiet anymore. This has to be under Please Manhattan Federal Court. I reached out to you, Alvin Elliston. You're the judge for the Manhattan Federal Court when Maduro was arrested. And I've been trying to get Trump arrested because he duped me in 2011. I used to double his casinos in Atlantic City. And they didn't pay me the money I want. The name of his casino was Trump's Taj Mahal Casino. And they called the police to chase me out as soon as I won money. They won't give me the money. I went to use the bathroom that day. I was in the casino, so I was gambling. And when I came out, the police said, "Got me," because I said, I want to cash my earnings. I said, no. And they chased me out. And I recorded all this. Also, I was under FBI surveillance. Since I came to America, I was arrested at JFK as a child. I was arrested. My mother brought me here. They said I didn't have the right visa, even though my mother had the green card. I had a special visa they could give me. They didn't give it to me. So the FBI has that on surveillance. And Trump duped me, and U.S. Senator Mark Kelly said they have information that Trump duped so many people in his casino in 2011. Wouldn't pay them the money they want, and they called the police to chase them away. And said they want to investigate that. And then in 2014, I went to the Ghana to try to sue Trump, and they killed the Ghana close to my birthday, the NYPD. And then somebody lured me later that year to go to Trump's house, said they're giving a Christmas present on the 5th Avenue mansion. I went there without my bag luggage. As I stood there within 5 minutes, he came and tried to knock me down with his car. And people were shouting, "That's Trump trying to knock you down with his car." So the FBI surveillance was picking it up. And then Trump boasted about it that he could shoot somebody on Fifth Avenue and get away with it. So I was confused. I was like, he wasn't trying to shoot me. I didn't know my father was getting shot with injection for a back pain problem around that time. So the FBI was surveilling me, and they said Trump has friends in the FBI. So they were telling him what the FBI can do and say he can do to help him. So they said the FBI and CIA, they're able to compromise foreign security, foreign medical services. So, and as soon as Trump became president, 3 years later in 2017, I was still talking about him that he owes me money. Talk about him every day on the train that he owes me money, he needs to pay me and stuff, threatening me with deportation and threatening to deport all the immigrants. So he started doing immigration raid in New York, in 2019. And then a woman came to me at a place called Sunset Park, 53rd Street and 4th Avenue. As I was begging for money, she started pulling. And it was a very direct threat. He said, stop begging for money. He said, you have a house. Go to your house. Stop being in America begging for money, acting like a bum. Then I took my phone out of my pocket. Before I could record that she left, but I recorded her leaving on 53rd and 4th Avenue. I said, that woman told me I have a house, I need to go back to my house. I said, I don't understand what that's about. Soon afterward, I heard my father was shot with a bad injection, and he died, and he left me a house. So apparently Trump, and Trump also before that, some US senators said he called them for an emergency meeting. So he's trying to deport Africans to their shithole countries. And around that time also I always get attacked by them up in the back to have diarrhea. He said, these Africans, they smell, and I guess part of me having diarrhea creates body odor issues. Because when you have diarrhea, you gotta, it could cause you to have gas and stuff. So I was, and some US senators said Trump was panicking as soon as he became president. According to secret meeting, Charles Schumer, US senator from New York, said, he attended that meeting, a secret meeting, and they were wondering why is Trump doing a secret meeting. He doesn't want the press to know about it. He said we need to, and he was telling the white senators to help him pass a secret law to deport Africans like the Japanese were deported, and create a fake emergency so that we'll get Africans to leave America within 24 hours or something. And they said all the senators left the meeting. Like, we can't create a fake emergency and tell all Africans to pack their bags and leave within 24 hours. So he was trying to get me to leave because he tried to hit me with a car. And he then boasted that after that he could shoot somebody on Fifth Avenue and still win the election. And people were accusing him of the Russians helping him. And he used to tell the Russians to release all they have on Hillary. Because apparently Hillary deleted some compromising emails while she was the Secretary of State. And Trump was during the Obama presidency, while Hillary was running for president. Trump said something to the press. Say, Moscow, can you hear me? Release all what you have on Hillary. And Hillary was the Secretary of State, so Obama was wondering, how come this Trump knows what Russia has on Hillary? And they said the US intelligence in 2017, they all concluded, I read it in AM New York last year, so in 2017 the US intelligence services all concluded that Russia was helping Trump to interfere in the election, but Trump deleted all the evidence. By the time they got an arrest warrant for him and search warrant for him, they said Trump has his own friends in the FBI that gives him a heads up. Even Epstein said, Trump has always been able to avoid criminal prosecution because there are people in the FBI that have been helping him as a businessman. He comes from a rich family, Trump, and he's from New York. He's an actor. He played in Home Alone movies, so he has all the leverage in the world. So they said, if this Epstein said it's amazing, the leverage Trump has. It's very hard to arrest him. People always tell him ahead of time who's coming for him and to delete evidence. So now this Trump kidnapped Maduro to create a crisis where the police can use extreme force thinking and accuse you of being a protester. So they have people jump me. So they kidnapped Maduro and brought him to New York to give the NYPD an excuse to kill me. Because since the Congress wouldn't help him deport me fast, so now they just want to create an excuse to kill me. So they hire provocateurs to be attacking me everywhere, so that one that can be using the bathroom and they can just be beating me up and the police can come in and shoot me and claim, I was fighting all these people and the police was trying to stop me and the police killed me and the police were just had to act I use extreme force because they were aware of me and they thought, I may be a danger to the community because I always criticize Trump. So they want to create every bad image about me to justify killing me, so that the jury can free this police officer. So this Trump may be trying to bribe the police to assassinate me by bringing Maduro here. And so they have, and this also, last year, Trump told the Justice Department, U.S. Justice Department, to drop charges against Eric Adams. So he needs Eric Adams for a special deportation job, immigration covert job. And the U.S. Prosecutors, government prosecutors were like, Eric Adams is a mayor and there's a separation of powers between the state and federal government. The city mayors can't be immigration officers because the New York law says the city of New York won't cooperate with immigration for civil cases. And so the federal prosecutors said they can't drop the case. It seems Trump and Eric Adams have an illegal agreement. So Eric Adams has a lot of influence in the NYPD. He worked there for many years, was a captain. So he has a mob in the NYPD. It will mobilize to kill anybody for Trump. So that's why Trump dismissed criminal charges and all the federal prosecutors resigned. 8 of them. So, they don't want to be part of the two pro. So now I believe this Eric Adams is still helping Trump, even though Eric Adams is out of office. So, and they say this Eric Adams used to be part of a gang, street gang that used to traffic women and beat women up when he was 12 years old and he went to prison for it. So this Eric Adams has street gangs and has NYPD gangs, and I believe they're planting all their gangs to start a fight with me. And Trump is helping create the right ambience. That was a time of crisis. People were protesting ICE. People were protesting Maduro's arrest being brought to New York, and the police were stressed out and they mistakenly killed me in the bathroom. So these are provocateurs, agitators. I noticed that Jamaican woman, she was in the bathroom and left her door open. And normally I would have taken the picture, but I restricted her rights. Like, why is she leaving the door? She went to the big store. So I guess the first trap they laid didn't work, so that they can then accuse me, oh, you were taking my picture in the bathroom, and then kill me. And you say I was just upset with it, so I didn't take a picture. And she saw me leaving and she came out of the store. It's like somebody was calling her, telling her, to come out of her store. And she was watching me leave. All she saw was my backside. She didn't really see my face, and I noticed they packed the bathroom full and they were all trying to bump into me. I'm like, well, how come everybody don't have nothing to do at 9 a.m. than to wait in the bathroom? They were blocking the sink, so just excuse me. And there was a whole bunch of them. I went to the bathroom, there's a woman dancing holding a baby, and a guy was singing a song saying, no more sorrow, no more pain, no more worries. I'm like, are they planning to kill me today in the bathroom again? And as soon as I arrived on the 2 train, a black American woman was wearing a red jacket and was cursing because I was like, okay. Because they don't like me using the train station bathroom. Because once I use the train station bathroom, they can't kill me that day. They can't kill me that day because, excuse me, sir. I'm so sorry. There were some people attacking me as a gay person.
What?
There were people attacking me as a gay, and they threw stuff on the floor.
Over there?
Yeah. So then they came outside, threw stuff on the floor. So please have me report it to your union that they're attacking me as a gay, and the police don't help me, and they're giving you more work to do.
Yeah, go to the MTA. The police is there, man.
Yeah, they don't want to help me. So tell your union that they're making you clean up. It's a crime evidence.
No,
What's your name? Who do you work for? Don't want to tell me. So it's a crime scene, so nobody wants to talk. Everybody, they maybe all be aware earlier that you just don't say nothing. And it's against the law for you to cover a crime. This man Dan is not saying nothing. Eric Adams is not saying nothing. Trump is not saying nothing. And they hope I die, and then they can make up lies. And claim that person is crazy. Even the mothers, the sisters would agree that person is crazy. So my mother said my daughters are very dangerous. They're moving in a narcotic gang, and they're trying to kill me and my mother and inherit any lawsuit money. So this is what I'm going through. So please, I need the Manhattan federal judge, Mr. Alvin Allenstein, to let me testify as a court witness to, in support of Maduro and in support of justice, really. I don't know Maduro. I don't know whether the allegations against him is true or not. I cannot attest to that. But what I do know is alleged kidnap from Venezuela here was purposely done. They said this Trump is corruptly influencing the Justice Department to take illegal actions, and the law enforcement, even Senator McKelly was told, alleged last year, U.S. Senator McKelly, that Trump is trying to incite some member of military and even law enforcement personnel, I would think, to kill civilians, and they were telling the members of the military to not listen to Trump, to not kill civilians. And Trump told McKelly, U.S. Senator McKelly, to stop trying to get people to disobey his orders, that he could get charged with treason. So all this, evidence of people trying to set me up, and this Eric Adam, they said he is a former New York City mayor, and he is a street gang member that went to prison for beating up women and prostituting women when he was 12 years old. So I think he's planting all these people, and he is trying to use the Jamaican to beat me up and kill me so that it wouldn't be a black American doing it, and it wouldn't be somebody of another race. So to just be like two immigrants that don't like each other, it's like a Jamaica and Nigeria war. So they're trying to make it look like a Jamaican, because that one was blocking the toilet, and I think she hasn't come out, so to make sure I can't go back in ever again. And she said, never come in here again. Anytime I come in here, so, and even an MTA worker is the vice president. His name is Thompson. He put a warning sign. I was sending him videos. He said, please help me. I see him on the street. I said, please help me. And he always put a sign. He always post messages. He wouldn't respond to my message directly, but he will also post some message for everybody to see. And he will post things like, you got to get paid. And started showing a picture of his son lately. So I think some of these people, the only way they want to help me is if I agree to adopt their child, and that's child trafficking, or I agree to marry them. They say in Hollywood, people like Weinstein pioneering that. Now, if you want to get a movie role, Weinstein has to have sex with you. And so some of these people are using as a leverage that they want to have access to my future lawsuit money. And this Tramaine Thompson is the MTA vice president, has been alleging that this MTA is corrupt. They're going to get a customer killed soon. And I always see him on the street. And when I see him, I say, sir, can you help me send him another video, an email? And I'm like, and when I send you the video, don't respond. He said he's going to respond this time around. And I sent him the video, didn't respond. Then he posted a video, say, you got to get paid. Then he posted another threat that he has so many messages in his inbox, it's in his archive, and he said it's in his lost and found, and sometimes he just goes and digs in and picks one or two to read. So I guess it's threatening me that if I don't agree to surrogacy, to bribe him by surrogacy or marriage, guess what? It's going to wait till I die, and then if he feels it's going to benefit him and it's just going to dig into his old inbox, I'll be like, wow, this person was sending me so much videos, but it's so unimportant, I didn't bother to read it, and and try to get some clout off of that. And even this Jumaane Williams, I've been sending videos. This time I'm sending a video with a disclaimer that I'm not looking to bribe you with surrogacy. I'm not looking to bribe you with marriage. Help me as part of your job. You're the New York City public advocate. This Jumaane Williams will respond and post some video with the number 2 sign. I think that's a threat that you better pay up through a fake surrogacy, otherwise they're going to get you in the bathroom. And he would smile. And Maduro came here and he was doing like this in New York to everybody. And he was saying, Happy New Year, guys. And he doesn't even speak English. So Maduro is a foreign leader from Venezuela. I'm sure he has his intelligence services. And they may have told him Trump is going to kidnap him. And it's not really him Trump wants. He just wants to use them to set up an agitation, a general crisis, which the NYPD can use to then kill me. And make it look like I was an agitator. I was fighting people over Maduro. So they're setting me up. I'm doomed if I keep quiet. They will still kill me, and do if I talk. So that's why I'm still talking. So talking is also making me more vulnerable. So I'm not an agitator. I don't know Maduro. I don't wish to obstruct U.S. justice. It may be true. He did drugs, he said drugs. I don't know anything about that. I don't care for drugs. I don't care for international politics, but I think this Trump is just trying to create more evidence of corruption to get me talking, and then this Ricardo is planting thugs to jump me, and they just want to change the narrative. I noticed that Jamaican woman, she left the bathroom, her own bathroom stall open, and hang her belongings by the door, and to tempt me to try to record her, so she can then order a talk to business. I was recording her, and they had to be there. So I didn't record her, and I noticed as I was leaving, she came out of her store and she was looking at me. Like, why didn't you record me? And then she followed me outside. She said, and she didn't first talk to me, she was talking to a guy. And I was wondering what she was talking about, because I thought she was staring at me as I was leaving, and she was blocking, she left the door open to her bathroom. I always use the last stall because it's the biggest stall. So I didn't go there when I saw she left her bags and left the door open. And when I was thinking, I think somebody may have called her and she may have some burner phone. I told her, this person's leaving. They're watching with a satellite camera. I'm under immigration surveillance because my mother brought me as a child. And they said the US has satellite camera. So I believe the FBI may be helping, may have given her a burner phone. This stuff is hard to prove because it's, they said the US uses satellite cameras and stuff. So this is corruption at the highest. To be militarizing your thugs and your police and your immigration to try to kill an immigrant like me for what? But they say this Trump is going to an extent. It's just like an immature person that's tyrant having power. They said if you have a hammer, you think every nail you got to use the hammer. So it's corrupt. It's always filing bankruptcy. It was found guilty of 40 felonies in New York, and he intimidated the judge who was born in Colombia, and said he said he wants to be deporting naturalized citizen, and the judge didn't want to sentence him to prison because Trump has a lot of friends in the U.S. Supreme Court that may overturn the prison sentence, and then Trump would just deport the judge who was a naturalized citizen back to Colombia, because apparently U.S. laws, you can always deport somebody as a naturalized citizen. U.S. naturalization is not, it's not a full protection against deportation proceedings. So this one, you can see this like a conspiracy. The security guard wouldn't address me, wouldn't help me, but they told them to be silent and allow any crime to occur, and they won't document. And they can arrest all these people for failure to protect me in defense to life, So sometimes they're all joining, try to frame it as a crazy person. I'm so surprised they didn't tell me to leave. Usually they'll tell me to leave. Don't record nothing, So this one is going to, last year they were told me to leave, but I guess they're afraid this Mandani may not support them fully. Even though this Mandani may be in cahoots, silence is complicitness. So I'm accusing Mandani to be part of the conspiracy, that was started years ago, killing my mother. My mother addressed a part of a narcotic gang, and they were trying to kill me and her to inherit any loss of money. And you, Mandani, you became mayor this year. Last year I've been contacting you and you refused to answer me. And I think you may have been bribed to be silent and let the killing occur. And you came around me and you didn't say a word and left. So I don't know if you're all waiting for me to be killed so you can then claim I'm in a secret surrogacy with you. You came around me on 2 Broadway last year, where the police was bothering me, and they said that Ricardo bribed the ferry workers with millions of dollars, gave them increasing paycheck. Anytime I go there, they call the police on me when I'm using the bathroom. And there's a woman who could be dancing for Africa, she's saying, hallelujah, hallelujah. Sometimes when I'm trying to use the bathroom, she pretends like she's mopping. I say, you can't come in now, wait, I'm doing something. I should be dancing, hallelujah. And so I'm trying to use the bathroom, I'm doing my purpose. I say, wait, don't. She told me, I'll call the police on you. I'm doing something, I'm dancing. Well, I'm trying to use the bathroom. So you're trying to provoke me, African women, Jamaican women, and you, Mandani, you keep your mouth shut. I don't know if and I noticed you quickly got married. You were never married before, but you got married quickly, and it was a kind of informal wedding. You had to go to Uganda to get married. Who does that? Yeah, he said, you did an unconventional marriage. So I believe you created a mass engagement unit, to try to look like the culture in America has changed, and there are liberals that are engaging in unconventional unions. I know America has civil unions whereby if you claim you have a sort of romantic ties with somebody, if the person dies, you can inherit their property through civil union, even the legal marriage. And you, Mandani, you went and engaged in some kind of quick marriage. You have a U.S. passport. Your wife is also a U.S. citizen. So I don't know why you had to quickly engage in marriage this year. And last year, as you were trying to kill me, and and then you came around, you kept quiet. I mean, how come you never got married all along? You are an assemblyman. Why is it so important for you to quickly marry? All of a sudden, you disappeared to Uganda, and even the WABC news are making fun of you that you chose the most homophobic place to get married. Well, what is that about? You claim you're liberal. I said in Uganda, gays are not allowed. They kill gays in Uganda. So people have been using their legs and stuff. So I don't know why you got married, so quickly, in an unconventional means. And I guess that is to solidify that you're also very marriage liberal, marriage fluid. And they said there's a guy that was abusing women, Sarah Lawrence College in upstate New York. His daughter was going to that college, I think was a college professor, and he manipulated the young kids to agree to have sex with him and pay him money. And he sexually abused them in very vicious ways. And when the feds arrested him, he said these kids signed a contract with them, but the feds were able to prove that because they interviewed the kids on the court, and that these women are calling their kids, but they're women, college students, that they were forced under duress. So I'm not in any social marriage between my Danny. I'm not that liberal, I'm still a Christian, but I'm not a religious fanatic. I don't, so I'm not looking for any social marriage. And you created a new unit called Mass Engagement Unit. I'm not in any secret cult with you. I don't know why people got married last year in a very suspicious ceremony to make it look like you've always been marriage fluid. I'm not looking for any marriage fluidity. I've always been single. I got my green card as a single, unmarried child of a U.S. citizen. So I've always been unmarried. I don't have a child. I was born a boy. I'm a girl now. I didn't adopt anybody's child. So I don't know why you Mandela keep from quiet. Under international laws, you can be arrested for war crimes because you're fully aware you said Netanyahu was into war crimes. But it seems you, sir, by your silence, is complicitness. I need to address this, Mandani. You're not that busy. So I'm going to send this video to your office and all your staff. But I'm sure you all got the message. And any one of you that refuse to address this, then you all need to be arrested for a conspiracy to murder me. And when I die, for attempted murder, and if I die or killed, for murder. Okay, so I'm not afraid of any of you. You may be white hippies and Indian hippies. I know that in the Indian culture, they call blacks as slaves. I did Indian history in college in America. The dark-skinned Indians were Nigerians that moved there to India. They are the original settlers there, but the light-skinned Arabs took over the land from them and relegated them to the south. And under the Hindu culture, they call the dark-skinned Nigerian Indians, who are the original owners, as slaves, as curs. And the Bollywood movies, they always use light-skinned women. So you glorify whiteness in your Indian culture, and that's fine, that's your thing. But don't think because I'm dark-skinned, you can ignore me. You fight for the white Arabs in Gaza. You're a Muslim, and you don't help me. You're in New York. Under Section 1986, you can be arrested, Mandani. You're a U.S. official that refused to that's using your position to deny me justice. I have a green card, and you, Mandani, you're not helping me. So you can be arrested under Section 1986. I know Trump wants to arrest you. He wants to arrest Lolita James, a black American woman. And Trump has not been successful in arresting her. Trump doesn't like me either, so I'm sure he doesn't want to take my case up. But these are strong cases for Section 1986. The prosecutor in Manhattan, Alvin Bragg, doesn't want to help me. I contacted him so many times. I even saw him on the street. He wouldn't help me. Eric Adam didn't help me. Melinda Katz, they always say they're going to beat me up in the bathroom in Queens train station, and the first time having a black American woman there. She said one day we're going to drag you out the bathroom. And soon after, she threatened me on November 14th, 2025, a day synonymous with my mother's daughter's birthday, Bolali. She was born on August 14th. They beat me out, say, lied on me that I stole something I was supposed to in the bathroom. And I was suspended to the police officer. That look, I've been contacting Mandani, contacting Eric, emailing everybody that I'm being set up everywhere. I said, please help me investigate this. Let you know, I will send them the email. I said, arrest this person. I called you as I was talking to the police. Banged my head against the wall. I was beating me, choking me. They said, we don't want to talk to you. I said, I thought you're here for investigation. Oh, you're just here to assassinate me? And the Venezuela, they said, and one thing, those police officers told me they're all from Venezuela. I said, you're American citizens? They said, no, we're from Venezuela, and they were laughing. So Eric ordered them, and by the next month, Trump said it was already making plans to kidnap. Those police officers, I recorded them. It was like 7 of them, and they all came down from Venezuela. I said, how is that possible? There are 7 police officers came to arrest me, and you're all from Venezuela. They told me they're not American. And they mentioned they were Venezuela. And guess who's in America now? The Venezuelan president. Doing the peace sign. All the officials in New York were like Giuliani, who's supposed to investigate police corruption, when I send him messages like this, with a disclaimer that I'm not looking for any surrogacy to bribe you with any surrogacy, like one thing to demand to have sex with him. And I'm not looking to bribe you with sexual favors or marriage. I said, just help me as part of the job. And Giuliani will post a video in the peace sign. Threatening me further that if you don't pay up, we will just kill you in the bathroom. You know, and the Venezuelan president arrived in America doing the peace sign. Well, you know, I'm like, why is this so excited? You're arrested, kidnapped from your country. They said his wife was, she has broken chest, I guess, on the beating. So I had a lot of phones in my chest, you know, because they've been brutalizing me and I record everything. So they're trying to kill me and steal all my property. So I have almost 50 phones in my chest, you know, my chest pocket, you know. So there was a day I was in Queens on the E-train, I fell asleep on the train, and the police officer came on the train last year. So you have to have to arrest you. We don't want bags in America. I said, oh, I said, chill out. I said, this is Queens E-train that goes to JFK airport area. I said, I see a lot of foreigners with bags. Like, and she called the psychiatrist. It was snowing outside, and the Jamaican psychiatrist nurse, and she was winking at me, and she kept touching her breast. So I was recording her. So I was like, this one's a pervert. I thought she was making fun of my breast being fake. But apparently she was telling me, Ricardo told them to arrest you and frame you as crazy so that they can take your phone. But these phones have been recording for over 10 years, all the abuses, and to convict a lot of people. You know, so they're trying to take my phones. And this Governor Oko, I've been accused of some crimes. You know, it's just so much. And she's been telling the police, she's been issuing an order to take the phone from the kids. So in gay parlance and Black American culture, they call gay people kids, that they will always acting mature, you know, and it's an insult to call a gay person a kid, because they say we gay, some of us become women, but we have flat chests, and only a young biological female would have flat chest. You know, so they forever refer to us as kids because we can't grow our breasts. We have to wear fake breasts. You know, so this year Governor Oko has been joining into, so if you put our military here, if you put with the police, and a Nigerian nurse you hired to be diagnosing people as crazy. So his name is Joshua. He told me, get out of here. He said, it's not going to hand up over to you. He told me, I'm a Nigerian. He said, I just came here to warn you. He said, she leave. And this Governor Oko has been saying, I've been criticizing her, and during the Biden administration, 2 or 3 years ago, said some of you need to get out of town. He said, get out of town. If you don't like the way I'm running New York, get out of town. So they're trying to lure me out of New York because I can easily be killed. I used to go to Atlantic City to rent a hotel room. I used to beg for money in New York. I go to Atlantic City, pay $200 a week. It just got too stressful, you know, because anytime I come back to New York, they will arrest me. So I guess they feel they can kill me faster and easier in Atlantic City. But Atlantic City, they don't have train stations with bathrooms, and I'm usually in my hotel room. But the moment I get out of my hotel room, they have me that want to jump and punch me on the street. There's so many criminals in Atlantic City. That's why I don't want to go there. So they feel like they're trying to lure me to go back to Atlantic City, and I experienced a lot of violence there. You know, and even the police also, the hotel sometimes will shut down my water. You know, as I'm taking a shower, to just aggravate me. they also tell me to leave. They want me to go back to New York. And even I'll call the police on them, and the police will treat me back. One day I left the hotel before I came back. They went into my room, stole my laptop, stole my property. They told me they thought I'd left forever. I'm like, I have an agreement. I pay you $200 a week. I've been living in that hotel for like a year. And when I came back to New York before I went back, they stole my laptop, they stole all my luggages, and I called the police. And the police told me it's not a police issue. I should go to housing court. I'm like, how about the receipts? And I've been living there for a year. I said, this is a robbery. A landlord can't just claim, they thought you had left. I said, it's a motel, but it's also, they use it as an apartment for people that need an apartment. So I've been living there for over a year. I shouldn't want to receipt. And the police wouldn't help me. But they really, I love this. These government officials believe I'm better off being killed in Atlantic City because I have too much evidence here in New York. I called 911. So they want me to go back to Atlantic City. It's called Egg Harbor. Yeah, there's a place that's called Egg Harbor to make it look like, I'm part of a secret cult. I chose to move to Egg Harbor because I was sending a message, it's a coded message. So that's why I'm avoiding Atlantic City. I'm not looking for any surrogacy. So they're trying to get me. Their governor, their mayor, even this Trump, he was saying when he becomes mayor, America is going to drill and drill and drill. They said this stuff is into sex trafficking. So they're trying to sex traffic me, kill me, and they all have things to benefit. Trump will benefit from me being dead because I'm trying to get him arrested since 2011 for duping me. And it's also been encouraging those that want to kill me. So America wants to drill and drill and drill, So part of the plan to drill and drill is to get me to move to a place I used to stay in, Egg Harbor, near on the outskirts of Atlantic City. So to make it look like I'm just a sophisticated person and I don't have any formal agreement, I do everything informal, and I'm part of a religious cult. Even the Brooklyn borough president, Reynoso, I've been emailing him, I've been contacting him on Facebook. The police helped me who tried to kill me in Brooklyn also. I was shot by the police and claim, I'm part of a religious cult. Today he put a video, a picture on Facebook saying God will deliver. So I think it's telling that the borough president of Brooklyn has been saying I'm going to get him arrested also for indifference to life because I'm always getting attacked in Brooklyn, and I've been contacting him, to please help me investigate it. And today he posted a message saying God will deliver. So it's like, he posted a photo, God's love will deliver. Brooklyn borough president is smiling, and it's holding a woman, and I recorded this video earlier and I came to his bathroom and the Jamaican woman was waiting. So they want to, they said black people and immigrants and gays don't have any power, and they believe they can kill me, and nobody would fight for me, and even if anybody tried to speak up for me, they would just claim I'm part of a cult, and only members of that cult know I'm part of a cult because we all have a secrecy oath. A guy did it. His name is Sarah Lawrence College Cult. He was like a college professor, and he was going after his daughter's friends in college. I don't know if he worked for the school or not, but he was going after his daughter's friends in college and was having sex with them and forced them to sign an agreement of secrecy and to claim they support what he was doing. And when they first arrested him, thankfully the people he raped were still alive, and from the testimony, they did say they signed the agreement, but they said he used so much duress. So so these people want to kill me and confuse the jury. So I did not sign an agreement with these people. I'm not in any secret deals with them, but they're trying to force me to move out of New York, forced deportation, which is against the civil rights law. You can't force somebody out of a town as a mayor or governor. This man done it by his quietness. They have crime victim shelter. The Brooklyn prosecutor's office has sent them emails as recently as last week, wouldn't respond to me. So, God's love will deliver. So I believe it's inciting people to go ahead and kill me, and indirectly telling these people will help you suppress any court case. I say the prosecutors will just hide evidence and will confuse the jury and say people don't really like gays in America. gays have to suffer a lot of discrimination. And people don't like immigrants for, you know, my mother also, she was a woman and straight woman, and I've become in this group, Rise and Resist. They speak up for everybody, a woman that was trying to hit ice with a car and I should have. Actually, my mother was killed also, she was trying to help me and everybody was killed. And this group doesn't help me. But it helped everybody else. And yesterday they put a sign, get out of New York City, Naomi, Christie. Apparently, some of these media people also they don't help me. And a media guy started that, telling ICE to get out of Minneapolis. So I bet some of them are issuing in London to force me to Egg Harbor. And some of these people, I cut out this group, Rise and Resist. I see them on the street, I speak to them, some of them. And they won't help me. Like, how come you're helping everybody else, but you want me to die first? What are you going to gain? They said, people can make fake surrogacy claims, fake inheritance claims once you die. They say it's happening here in New York a lot. There was a gay guy came to New York and a black American guy lured him to a false romance, and the black American guy gave the gay guy fentanyl to smoke, and the gay guy died, and the black American guy took his credit card and went to bring it to shop. And killed the gay guy. So the people killing gays and stealing properties, and it says a lot of inheritance scam going on in general in New York. After somebody dies, some strangers will show up and say the person had a secret agreement, and any property that person has is supposed to go to the person's family or children. The criminals will take it, especially in Brooklyn. So, and they say some people hate Nigeria. They say we Nigerians like to defraud people. So the CIA and FBI is helping them organize. They said this Governor Oko, her own son works for the FBI, and she's a lawyer. She used to block immigrants from getting driver's license when she was a county clerk. And New York passed a law. New York was one of the first places in the 1990s that was given undocumented immigrants driver's license. And she was a Republican. Governor Oko, she was working as a court clerk, and she said no way she's going to disobey that law. That undocumented don't belong in America or driver's license. And now she's claiming she's a Democrat, but a snake can only shed its skin so many times, a chameleon or whatever they say. So I believe she's enjoying how I'm being treated. I contact her all the time and she doesn't have to investigate. She can use the state police to investigate NYPD, and they're all pretending that I'm so unimportant, so none of them, and they're all pretending like I'm so unimportant, so none of them cares to read my email or messages, and they're waiting for me to die. If the case, if it's something that they still want to address, and then they will just claim, oh wow, we found a lot of email in the archive. Even ABC News, they sometimes mock me. They have the FBI guarding them, and the FBI watches me. Because one of their workers, called Stewart, there was a death attempt because he was using the ABC facility to talk about the telemafia. And the owner of ABC is close to Trump. I know, and this even the owner of ABC radio was saying last year that Trump told him in a secret conversation that Mandani won't last too long. Trump has a secret weapon through Mandani. And Trump said, the end of December, he was trying to bring Venezuela president to kidnap him. He said the border wouldn't allow him. So he was going to start a crisis in New York by kidnapping the Venezuela president and hold us an uprising in crime, in societal dysfunction, and take over New York and get rid of Mandani and maybe bring back Eric Adams to be interim mayor. But he said Eric Adams is a secret agent, So I guess, so they were going to even kill me to bring that crisis to pass. So they're bringing the Venezuelan president here. It's not enough to force everybody to be protesting. So they want to kill me because I have a lot of videos posted already, and they said they cannot remove Mandani. So they brought that Venezuelan president as a step in many series, and even the U.S. Senator McCarthy said he has information that Trump is trying to entice U.S. military and their cohorts to be killing civilians. I told them not to do it, McCarthy. And Trump issued a rebuttal that this Senator McCarthy is going to get the death penalty for trying to disobey his orders. So I guess part of the things to remove Mandani is to bring Venezuela president here and create a crisis and then kill me to create the next crisis and then remove Mandani. So this is an illegal operation. They're using the court for racketeering, And then they hope many people benefit by making false surrogacy claims in the confusion. Even this Trump was saying, they're going to drill and drill and drill as soon as he becomes president. Now he's become president. He was saying that 2024. Even the Dominic Carter, I used to listen to his radio show on WABC 770. I used to say, you immigrants, you're going to be in trouble. He said, ice, ice, baby. Ice, they say, one word for you immigrants, you're going to know what it means when Trump becomes president. So they know. Now when I beg for one on the street, people will be calling me mommy. I said, please don't cause any confusion. I'm not a mommy. Don't call me mommy. I said, I don't care if it's a term of endearment. I said, I don't want any confusion. I don't want to be part of a secret cult. I'm not anybody's mommy. I'm not looking for a mommy either for any child. So they're trying to create confusion. They said, and this guy I used to contact him that a secret a cult is attacking me and try to frame me up as a member of a religious cult, and God told them to adopt a child for me, and he posted this picture. I guess he's trying to fuel more fire. I said the best way you can escape criminal prosecution is to get the victim killed. So just to get me angry, I've been contacting him on Facebook. Let me show you the messages I sent him. And they're all, even later James, they all have a smile on. And they don't respond back to me. I'm trying to get to my inbox. Okay. So, Attorney General, I send a message every day and she has a smile on. She doesn't respond to me. Just to provoke me further, I've sent her videos upon videos to her Instagram also. See? So I believe they all believe they can make money. They said this Attorney General, she married her father to get cheaper mortgage in Virginia, and Trump couldn't prosecute her. So they're all obstructing justice for me. Mandani, she's been contacting him on Facebook January 3rd. Telling signs, I said, I'm not looking for surrogacy. And so then, look. I said, I'm not looking for surrogacy, help me. He doesn't help. He also is covering his eyes. Wearing a black wristwatch. And I think it's signifying to me that I just missed out by not wanting to pay surrogacy and engage in, because there's a 10-year statute of limitation. My mother was killed in May 2015, and the COVID allowed a 1-year extension statute of limitation. There's a 10-year statute of limitation if you kill a foreigner. My mother was from Nigeria, and her daughters framed that's crazy and got her killed in Bellevue. So there's a 10-year statute of limitation that expired by January 3rd for me to sue for my dead mother. I guess they're mocking me that, oops, you just missed out. The statute of limitation is now gone. You can't sue for your dead mother on your own. So the only way you can sue now is for us to kill you and claim you were crazy and instead of statute of limitation and get the money on your behalf. So you better play nice so we get the money. We don't want the money wasted. But I like the way they're very vocal. They said pictures tell 1,000 words. I know they will say the world is crazy. This not, So this, this is an indifference to life. They said the picture tells 1,000 words. They're criminologists. So please, Alvin Allston, the mayor of New York, Mandani, they said they're supposed to file sundry charges against Maduro, saying he was importing drugs here and it was killing American kids in the Bronx. But these people are corrupt. Even the U.S. prosecutor in the Justice Department resigned. They said this Trump is negatively influencing the Justice Department. So Maduro wouldn't get a fair trial. They're supposed to file sundry charges against him on the state level. So please, I need to testify. In the Maduro's case, as an independent witness, friend of the court witness, I've got a law firm. This is the law firm. None of them responds back to me. They say they help people that are victims of scam, fake surrogacy. They advertise on Instagram, Bailey Law Firm. My mother's daughter, she had a dog called Bailey. And she trafficked me here from Nigeria, didn't file for the right paperwork for me. When I was a child, my mother told her to file a green card for me and my mother, only filed for my mother. I was like 15 years old then. And under international law, it's called torture and abuse when you help to separate a child from a mother. I was 15 years old and she filed a green card for my mother, didn't file nothing for me. So my mother had to abandon me in Nigeria. And when she finally brought me here, the immigration arrested me, said they still, I'm not welcome here because there was no application by the daughter for me. So the job, my mother's daughter Blanche is a U.S. citizen. You know, she hates gays. She always says that dog called Billy likes to sniff people, likes to sniff other male dogs' bottom, and she always so condescending. When I met her in Pittsburgh around 2001, you know, and I just love her and said they help people that are victims of scams online, and I contacted them. They didn't respond back to me. I don't know, you know. And usually, if I contact any of these law firms, and while I'm contacting them, if there's any altercation, they won't respond. So I don't know why they all don't want to help me. If there's going to be any kind of so-called liability, people that may want to sue later, it's like they're all trying to avoid any kind of proceedings in the future. And they just want, want everything to be done privately and no. I contacted Giovanni Williams also, the public advocate of the International Criminal Court. I contacted them as well. Then even they don't respond back to me. So I guess, depending on if I'm killed, if the world cares, everybody will just, move on and pay the money to the people that killed me and pretend like I was in a surrogacy with them. As I said it to Giovanni Williams, this year there's some police officers were coming around me saying, "All right, mama," and they were referring to a Spanish male they were talking to as mama, and that guy they first calling him Papa, then they call him Mama, and they were all laughing with them. There was an MTA janitor who was swooping around me, and the MTA workers, the police officers came, and they said, "What's up, Papa?" And they were talking with him, and he was saying, "Tell the girls we have the fastest guys in the city." So he was threatening me with that. So they're going to kill me and claim I was a member of the cult, and the cult members were impregnating girls for me, And the police also responded, "All right, mama." And I recorded them telling him that. So maybe I can play the video. You can listen to them here because this was on January 3rd at 5 a.m. at Standard Ferry, South Ferry. Thanks for the video.
So I've been trying to post my live recording, and for some reason the audio is been disabled.
That video doesn't post. So some of the videos didn't post. I don't know what's going on. It's just so much, and nobody will contact me. I don't know if somebody's deleting my videos.
It's been disabled. I don't know if it's my Facebook or if it's just a technical.
Some of my videos it's not posting, but I do write a lot of messages. I don't know what's going into my account to delete some of them. So this is the MTA worker, Shamma Thompson. They've been saying the MTA, is the vice president of MTA, has been saying they're going to be killing people.
In case I die or I'm killed, and she get just for me and my late mother, and donate the rest of my estate money to. This is technical.
So That's very interesting. That was I recorded that some NYPD. No. You know, I was remember to be making mama and papa jokes around me as people attack me. And the inheritance scam is real in New York. My mother said I was about to kill her and inherit money from potential loss of money and steal all her property and it's killed her. So it's not a joke. So, you know, some NYPD came around me and they were talking to around New Year's. And they were talking to a janitor who was smoking around me. And they said, "What's up, Papa?" You know, and he was talking to them, "Hey," you know, and they said, "Okay, Mama, we'll see you later, Mama," you know, and I was laughing with them, you know, so they're making fun of me being a transgender. I was born a boy, I'm not a girl, you know, and I guess they can just say, you know, I was just part of a fraudulent network, and I had a gang of surrogates and had a secret agreement with them and to create children for me, and you know, and that agreement is to be honest. So they turning transgenderism to some kind of fraud, you know, and they're making fun of my transgenderism, you know. Like, why would they have a gender be telling me the gender, "What's up, Papa?" And they were saying, "Hey," and they were talking. And the judge was saying, let them know we have the fastest guy for the girl. I said, "Okay, Mama." I said, you know. So, and I posted the video to the Facebook. I don't know why I didn't post. You know, but somebody went and deleted that video. As I said, the FBI has hacking tools also. Yeah. I post messages to the New York State Attorney General's website and they send it out on Facebook. You know. I'm issuing the disclaimer that so that anyone claiming, any arrangements, whether secret or not, with them to produce child or children for me, or any type of surrogacy, should be arrested for attempted fraud, perjury, and they don't want to arrest these people. You know, the attorney is just smiling. You know, because nobody should say I'm a member of any cult whereby I'm asking people to deliver children for me. And this poor person, I've been telling him, I've been getting attacked in Brooklyn, people calling me Mama and all that, you know. People try to run me over with a car. Police have choked me in Brooklyn in July 2000. I said, God's love will deliver. My mother was killed. My mother said I was a part of the narcotic gang that keep it for me. So please donate to my cash app and watch an end to me personally. I solemnly swear under United States federal laws and U.S. Constitution and other relevant laws that I'm solely seeking non-conditional charges with donation to my cash app. And to me personally, my cash app is NYC homeless. And I'm not seeking any type of surrogacy arrangement. And I'm not seeking any type of marriage. And I'm not seeking any type of friendship either. And I'm not seeking any type of whether open friendship or secret friendship. And I'm not seeking any type of membership in any cult, whether religious cult or social cult or sex cult. So please respect my wishes and stop trying to trick me to any of these things through any means, through any trickery, please. And you need to arrest any of these people that are trying to trick me to some kind of surrogacy or any arrangement through any means. You know, whether I'm alive or dead, they could be arrested for tortious interference with contracts, fraud, attempted murder, child trafficking. You're not supposed to use a child for gambling or as part of the collateral to get future payments. And since they're attempting to gain leverage, if they help me and they have a surrogacy with me, I'll be able to pay them bribery for helping me and for future child support payment, because they know there's no way you can go to court to enforce a bribery So that's why they're trying to use the children as collateral. And this has to be looked into, even to the extent this guy works for the MT and is insane. He has information they're going to kill, and they're going to kill the train customer soon. And sometimes he's trying to bother me, And he started putting this picture of his child. I don't know what I said. And he said he has to get paid. I see him on the street also. He always send me the message he's going to respond. And he never responds back. Then he put it there on his Instagram that he has to get paid. And I just don't know how to legalize bribery And he always use
What's going on,
messages.
everyone? Right now, I'm with train operator Castro.
Almost
she was
out.
viciously assaulted at the World
They
Trade Center
post all
station.
these messages out there. So and today they almost killed me. They almost killed me. So they're telling me my time is almost up. I'm working on last breath. They're going to find a way to kill me. I see the police won't take a report. Anytime they attack me, the police will take a report. So that there'll be trail of evidence will be lost. And they can just claim, it was an accidental killing. There was no prior occurrences. Yeah. So they only want to celebrate you when you're late. Then the invites come and now. And some of these messages like an Nando, I think it's addressing my situation. He was born 1981, I was born 1981 also, so that's very interesting. But being Nigerian, I've experienced more tragedy. And him being a black American, you wouldn't believe we're the same age. They only want to celebrate and acknowledge you when you're late. Then the invites come and now they want you at everything. When that time comes, charge them double. I think that message is about me. Because everybody ignores me, including this Rise and Resist. So there's no way. And I see him all the time also. He tells me he's going to respond Monday to my messages. Then he said he got to get paid. And then he said, there's so many things in his archive. One is going to get to it all. So I think that message is about this group, Rise and Resist. That they help everybody else. Talk about everybody's death. But they won't help me. It's like they're waiting for me to be killed because I get a small profit in killing me this Rise and Resist. And yesterday they posted a message, get out of New York. I think they're just inciting me to leave New York because I could be better defrauded outside New York. There's a town I used to go to called Egg Harbor. So they cannot frame me up in that. I was sending secret messages. That's why I moved to Egg Harbor, to assure the gang members that I make it, And they've deleted the, So one TV host told ICE to get out of Minneapolis, and then Rise and Resist said, Naomi, get out of New York. This is the ICE, the Homeland Security Director. And I believe it's just an Hernando, just like Trump uses nicknames. So people, he calls people short hands, Rubio, calls Nancy Pelosi, calling Nancy. This group is making fun of me that I'm like an ICE lady because I'm trying to sue ICE. I say, ICE lady, Naomi, get out of New York. And people have been attacking me every day. They almost killed me today. And even this guy that works for the MTN, this is a hell of a time they're giving me. See, I've been here for like 2 hours now, nobody asked me what's going on. How can we approve, report this? We're so sorry. No. They all ignore me. And that's suspicious. The indifference to life. And I believe they're being told to be part of the conspiracy. This is not just naivety. I was in front of me telling them I'm from Nigeria, they're trying to kill me. I think it's from Africa also. And they told them to ignore me. I believe this is the only way they can keep the paycheck. And if they see that any of them helping me, I don't see they transfer them up. That's the end. Any one of them that helps me or listens to me, I won't see that person anymore. You know that person is, and he put the message there almost out. And he also used to post a message say stay out the building. So they don't want me to use the bathroom, I put a fire alarm. And I know it's on that Broadway and Morris Street when I go to the Target store to buy stuff. As I'm in the bathroom, there will be pressing the fire alarm, bring the fire department. Then down the street, I used to use the bathroom at the train station number 2. Last year, on the day that the Colonel Tate, my mother's daughter's birthday, he's part of a killer gang was like 2 people for money. November 14th, she was born on August 14th. They brought the police to drag me on the bathroom. They were slamming my head on the wall. Said somebody called and said I stole something. I said, this is how they took black Americans on false accusation. It's called being I said it's called being a Karen. They said it was a black American that called. I said, yeah, some black Americans have been threatening they're going to kill Africans like me. We're not going to get nothing. So please, Judge, Alvin Elliston, please, I need you to use I need the leave of court to file a brief to present more evidence on why Manduro may not get a fair trial, but I really can't post anything in this kind of tension. I need to be able to sit down in the hotel room and type the brief. The lawyers here don't want to help me. They all ignore me. I've been reaching out to law firms. So please, I need leave of court to file a brief in the interest of justice. So please, Judge Elliston, I'm so sorry to mispronounce the name. Judge Elliston, Alvin Elliston, please, I need support of the court to put me in a hotel, to provide me security, so that I can compose a brief. I need to also find me a lawyer to help me with any questions I have. I have to type a brief for a federal court. I was in immigration court. I did the immigration appeal mainly by myself, but I've not been in federal criminal court before. And also they arrested me at the train station last year, November 14, 2025, and they told me to appear in court. They said I stole something, I didn't steal anything, and they said I was talking to the police officer, and they said that's an obstruction of justice. And they said they accused me of disorderly conduct. So by the police, so I shouldn't have been telling the police. I shouldn't have been giving the police evidence of why I was being set up. So I just kept my mouth shut and allowed the police to frame me up. And they were all Venezuelan police officers in November. So this Ricardo may have been aware Trump was trying to use Venezuela to kill me, bring the Venezuelan president here. So he made sure all the police officers that arrested me last year, November 14, 2025, a date that symbolizes my mother's daughter's birthday. She was born on August 14. I guess to bribe her to let her know they were trying to kill me so that she can inherit the money, as my surviving relative, and all the police officers told me they're from Venezuela, and a month later, Trump said he had already ordered the Venezuelan president to withdraw here, Maduro. And Trump had a list of people he didn't like, Colombia president, Iran president, but how did I record them know? To send Venezuelan police, I guess was sending a message to Trump, that he's also aware Trump is trying to use Venezuela as a way to create a rules and create panic in New York. So this looks like Rakacha, even the Venezuelan president arrived in New York and was doing the peace sign, just like the Humani Williams to do the peace sign after I posted a message that I'm not looking to bribe him, but should do his job and help me investigate police corruption, because he's a public advocate, and he would do the peace sign. Yeah, he did the peace sign with his daughter, whoever that girl is. And he just do the peace sign a lot and be smiling. And every time I come to the bathroom, they would dump me again. So that peace sign would be a threat. He was doing a lot of peace sign. Here you have the African slave being beaten up. Always smiling with a peace sign. Every time I send him a message, a lot of times we do a peace sign. And when I come to the bathroom, they would jump me. So it's like telling me I'm going to be killed in the bathroom. I better stop issuing disclaimer and allow the surrogacy to go on and do the disclaimer. And they may not even help me with nothing, because get me killed and get the surrogacy. It's so bad. I died before they could help me. Another peace sign. You know, and as I'm looking for help, when I come to the bathroom, they jump me and they're doing the peace sign. I'm a Nigerian. And Mandela arrived also doing the peace sign. But you know, so he's a former president, he's the president of Venezuela. You know, the Venezuela state is still recognized as president. And you know, so I guess, you know, I'm doing this as a point. Yeah, I'm very worried the Trump administration will try to bribe Maduro to silence and work a plea deal with him, so the party should know this is using the courts and the federal executive power to attempt a racketeering. And they say a woman was so angry driving a car towards us that she's been killed already. It means good. And this Trump even made a suspicious statement that she's just a agitator, and you know, a lot of us activists are agitators, and death may befall us, you know. So this has to be investigated, and some federal prosecutor resigned for the regard of case that Trump is bribing people to help him with a criminal scheme. And this Trump, they say this Trump said he wants to drill. They say this is sex trafficking, everything is friends, said this is sex trafficking. So they believe, you know, it's like a fantasy that can be killed and people can claim fake surrogacy about me. And it's like they're trying to use me as a real life experiment. You know, so they're trying to kill me and claim my adopted children. You know, so I believe we have all this evidence. God's love will deliver. None of these people will help me. So there's no way they can claim they were also voicing out in support of me. Because the board president would have helped me. He has access to shelters he can refer me to the all. Because I always issue a disclaimer that any help they provide to me shouldn't be deemed as, you know, as part of any surrogacy. I'm not looking for any surrogacy. I'm looking for any money. So this was going on.